What's up, guys? This is the HDP50 Generation 2, and it has a restrictor in the handle. This is the 13 joule version, so this is basically stock from the factory. I haven't done anything to this. When I bought it, I opened it up and the valve block was out, so there's no valve blocker in here, and there's a restrictor in here. You can see it right there. And this is my Generation 1 TR50. I recently put an 11 joule valve in here because my old valve was a recall valve, so I should not have been using it. Anyways, I pulled the valve blocker out of the 11 joule valve. It was very small, but there was one in there. And this also has a CO2 restrictor inside the handle. So these are basically both have the same mods. No valve block, no valve block. CO2 restrictor and handle, CO2 restrictor and handle. I'm going to shoot them today. It's about 80 degrees Fahrenheit out here. I think that's like 27 Celsius. Almost 27 Celsius. So 26 Celsius. It's not hot out here, but it's a little bit warm. On the weekend it was like 90 degrees Fahrenheit, like 32 Celsius. So it was much warmer on the weekend, but I like this weather a lot better because it's cooler. I'm not sweating out here how I was on the weekend. Anyways, I'm going to use my CO2 tank. This has been out here for about 15 minutes now in direct sunlight. It has about 200 grams in it. The capacity for this tank is about 500 grams or like 550. It's a 20-ounce CO2 tank. So this is only putting out, I haven't checked it on the pressure gauge, but I'm going to assume it's probably like 800 psi, but it is CO2, so it's going to behave differently than my HPA tanks, because usually when I use this 750 psi output HPA tank with the same setup on these don't perform that well as far as like overall power. So typically I get way better results on CO2, especially if it's hot, and especially if this is at full capacity, but it's only about half full. So I'm going to do alien plays in this one first with the CO2 tank, and then I'm going to go with the the 1.4 gram nylon balls afterwards. 6 shots and then 6 shots. And then on this one I'm going to do the same thing. 6 shots with alien play and 6 shots with Lambid store nylon balls. I'm going to do this one first just to see if this has more pressure in the beginning. Typically before I change this valve, the HDP50 always did better than the TR50 in performance, speeds, joules, all that stuff. So right now, I suspect it's because this valve is different. Right now, the TR50s are doing better, or my TR50 is doing better than all my HDP50s so far. But I'm going to see if that changes when I use it on CO2. So I'll be right back. And as always, you need an MCS tank adapter to be able to use an airline and a tank and stuff on these Umarex pistols, or on the HDB68, or on Assault Supply S2 or whatever. A lot of them have the same thread. So MCS tank adapter, it's like 35 bucks. Alright, my temperature's going up, but I feel like it's because it's in direct sunlight. I'm trying to put it somewhere sort of in the shade. I guess I could put it here, but I'll just say it's about 78 degrees Fahrenheit probably right now. Because yeah, it's getting toward the evening. It's just sun out. I didn't get my chronograph. I'll be right back. Alright, fellas. Generation 2 HDP50. Pretty much all stock. Alien play balls. Exactly as I described earlier. So 2.7 grams on a CO2 tank. 356. 358, 358, 354, 350, 352. I'm going to put some nylon balls in here and I'll be right back. Alright guys, orange nylon balls. 6 of them, 1.4 grams I'll see what these speeds do, and then I'll switch to the TR50. 468, 464, 464, 462, 468, 464. So pretty consistent. I think there is like a 6 FPS variation between the high and low. So I'm going to degas this and stick all this line and all this on here and see what it does. Alright, you guys, TR50 alien play balls, 326, 328. I'm having a issue with my slide check, so I might have to retry this. 326, 324, 324, 318. Alright, nylon balls, 1.4 grams. 436. So I was having leaking with my slide check, and it's still leaking faintly, but I feel like some of the pressure's out of the CO2 canister now. 430. So I will try a 12 gram CO2 and see what that does. Because yeah, I don't know why this thing started leaking. I've greased it. Thought that fixed it, but I think it just got too cold. The O-rings in the slide check probably got cold. I did let it kind of rest for a little bit, but yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'll have to do some maintenance on this slide check. But I will definitely weigh this bottle right now to see how much I lost, because I was at about like 190 grams of CO2, about 200 almost. But I feel like since I lost pressure, it's not doing as well. So I'm gonna get some 12 gram CO2s and just try it on both, because this was acting stupid. Alright, you guys, there's a Crossman CO2 in this, and there's a Crossman CO2 in this. I have the Generation 2 Pierce caps on both. I'm just gonna try to keep it even. So aluminum alien play balls, and there's aluminum alien play balls in this one, 2.7 grams, and I'll shoot the first mag out of both, and then I'll switch to the nylon balls and then just shoot the rest and get the speeds. Obviously the second mag is going to be slightly lower than the first one because it's on a 12 gram CO2 now at this point, but I need to remove my slide check from my remote line, put it back to normal, and then diagnose. Pretty sure it's probably just an O-ring issue. I've only had it for like 2 weeks, I think, and it has that leak. It didn't used to have it, but now it does. So I'll see if I can fix that. It should be an easy fix. I've already seen videos on how to maintenance or do stuff to slide checks. So it's just like two 90 durometer O-rings, which I'm pretty sure Ann's gear will have, or I could try one of my black O-rings from Harbor Freight. But anyways, CO2 in the handle, pressurized alien play balls, and I'll pressurize the TR50 when I get to it. 346, 336, 330, 326, 2 more shots, 324, 326. I'm going to put this on the table, or this trash can lid, and I'm going to get the TR50, pressurize it so it's pressurized, and alien play balls are in here, and I'll double check just to verify. So here they are, alien play 2.7 gram balls, and here we go with the chrono. So I think 346 was the highest the TR50 got, or the HDP50, I'm sorry, got 348. So they're neck and neck right now. 340. So I'd say they're about the same on CO2, which is the normal manner you would use these. I had a little bit of farting on that one, so let's see if the pressure goes down a lot. Went down about 12 FPS. 328. I think they're finishing at about the same speed. I got one more round in this one. 324. So I'm going to reload the HDP50. Put the TR50 back on the trash can lid. I'll be right back. Alright, you guys, that's on the table. This is in my hand. Same 12-gram cartridge. I have the nylon balls in here right now. The 1.4-gram nylon balls. Trying to get a good angle on them. There they are. You can see that orange. So 6 rounds, and then I'll just mag dump the last of it because I'll have lower and lower speeds. 454. 446, 436, 438, 434, and I think I got one more shot. Yeah, I got one more in this one. 428. So I already have the TR50 loaded up because you can easily reload this one because it has the cylinders. So here's the orange nylon balls, and we'll see what this does. I think 454 was the highest the HDP50 got. 450, 434, 430. So yeah, they're pretty much neck and neck on the normal way you use these. 428. It's just on my big tanks. The TR50 is now stronger with the big tank attached to it. 424, 422. I think I got one more shot. Or no more shots. All right, so that's it. I'm just gonna mag dump these. All right, you guys, I haven't tried this in a while, so see how I do. That was fun. Had a gas. So they are performing pretty evenly on 12-gram CO2s. But yeah, when I use these tanks, the TR50 has the edge currently. I still have to try it with no restrictor in the handle. When I tried it on no restrictor on the handle with anything, CO2 or HPA, this one usually gets higher speeds, higher joules, you know, with the same ammo. So usually with the alien plays, this usually hits like 22 joules, and this one will hit like 20 or like 19. So I can't use the super heavy ammo, the 8.4-gram steel ball bearings. I cannot use them in this. It's too much pressure in the barrel, and there's a spring up here, and it just pops the spring off. I could possibly like bore out the inside of the barrel, but to me it's not worth the effort. So the next time I do this head-up challenge, I'll pull the restrictor out of the handle. You cannot use this one without a CO2 restrictor if you're using a 12-gram CO2. I've seen many videos. I've tried it myself like 4 or 5 times using the non-restricted, like double delete TR50 with one of these, and it just shoots all the air out on the first shot. So I've tried it a lot of times and it never works. I have seen a video where they have a 13 joule version TR50 and that seems to work, but the one guy that was doing that, he didn't use a chronograph, and yeah, I think it's like the ZRAM channel or something. They pulled the restrictor out of that, the Gen 2 13 joule, pulled the restrictor out, popped in the CO2, popped it, and then they were shooting it, and it didn't fart it all out, but they weren't using a chronograph, so I don't know how it performed. You can only see the wood getting dented or whatever. So that was fun. I'll have to dual wield more often. It's not practical at all, but it's just fun to do every once in a while. And yeah, so I will see you guys next time. And if you have any questions about these things, just throw them in the comments or email me or whatever. So see ya. What's up, guys? So I took apart my slide check, and it was definitely the O-ring. It was all I guess when I used it, I never greased it before I started using it. So yep, pretty much my own fault. And yeah, so I'm pretty sure I fixed it. Mine was just like a generic slide check from Ansgear. I think it is probably, I've seen one on other websites. It says it's Empire brand, but my local shop, they only had two options for slide checks. It was this one or Ninja. And I like that this one was heavier. So I put a size 15 tank O-ring in this, and I'm going to put one right here too. Just replace both of them. I have a bunch of these tank O-rings. I have like 100 upstairs or something. So these are pretty useful. They also fit a bunch of O-rings that my spider bolt and valve and all that stuff use these same size ones. So I'm going to put this in here and definitely grease this thing before I put it back together. And yeah, that's it. So I'm pretty sure I found out the culprit, and I'll be using this slide check in the future. So see ya.